Good morning or good afternoon now in New York. Salute to the Israeli army who sacrifice a lot to save the people, innocent civilian people in the Fertile Crescent from this terrorist gangster bandits, the regime of Iran, Iraq, and all their militias, gangster bandits, terrorists in Yemen, in Iraq, in Syria, and in Lebanon, presided by Hezbollah. Mr. Secretary of Egypt, you are welcome to Lebanon to visit Lebanon. We consideration who speak Arabic is it can be Arabic. But I return to explain to you the role of Egypt in Africa. Mr. Secretary, you are welcome. بدر عبد العاطي، أهلا وسهلا فيك بلبنان. أنك تقوم بزيارة أهلا وسهلا. بس الشعب اللبناني, the Lebanese people and the Syrian people will address to you through me, who represent the majority in Lebanon and Syria, by voice, media. I'm not leader of politics, and I don't have ambition to be leader of politics. But to clear what's going on in Lebanon. When you said, first you visit the agents who steal the country and nomination by the terrorist regime of Assad family in Syria. And after, by the terrorist gangster bandit Hezbollah, there is speakers of the House, and there is a Prime Minister of Lebanon, and there is one Secretary of State now. All together, they work for Hezbollah. And all the government are agent for Hezbollah. They steal the public money and the private money of the Lebanese people. Mr. Secretary, when you complain and that the attack of Abdelatty in Beirut, you condemn this. Mr. Secretary, who began first? Did you ask yourself, as you are competent when you was ambassador in Washington, and you are competent when you are nomination in the government of Egypt? Mr. Secretary, I repeat, in the name of the majority of the people in Lebanon and Syria, the Fertile Crescent land is a Jewish land. One, there is no at-time computer or writing or. The Jewish people are from 100,000 million years in this area. To remember you, when the Jewish people in the area, and they speak Arabic like you and me in Egypt, Egypt was at time Dunya. People come from Europe to spend time in Egypt, or to come to the hospital. From Europe, they come to the hospital in Egypt. what's happened to this distro? One thing, the Jewish people left Egypt when it was the coup d'etat of the military presided by the General Naguib, and after Abdel Nasser take the power. By this power, the Jewish left because he confiscated their business. And Egypt arrived. Don't tell me a lot of people come before it was little people, the demographic. No, the competent left Egypt. What it is the majority are from Jewish people. Mr. Secretary, you condemn the attack in Al-Hazm, in the headquarters of Hezbollah, الضاحية الجنوبية, the area of south of Beirut. Why you don't visit before you come, before you meet Nabih Berri and Abu Habib and Miqati, who they have the three must to be judged, plus Michel Aoun and his family, Sulaiman Frangi and his family, for terrorism in the country and steal the public and the private money. Mr. Secretary, why you don't go to the prison in الضاحية الجنوبية, in the headquarters of Hezbollah, and look the prison, the private prison, who is inside and who they are dead? Why you don't read this book as you as intellectual was going on the prisons of Assad family, Assad in Syria, and to see what's happened to the Syrian people? All this is zero. Only you see the attack in Abdahiya. Who began to attack Israel? Why we don't see this? For that, Mr. Secretary, you speak resolution 1701. Why they refuse this resolution before? Because the terrorist gangster bandit Hezbollah, he's a prophet to broke this resolution. He is more important. Anything he do, he kill, he assassinate the politician, but the world, especially the West, especially G7 country, and especially United Europe, EU, they don't open their mouth. They make a vehicle. There is nothing happen in Lebanon and Syria. No word. No condemn, but you come from Egypt to condemn. Why now they want the resolution 1701, but they never open their mind the resolution 1559, because they are in the corner now. God sent to us the Jewish people return to their land after 2 decades, after 2,000 years. Mr. Secretary of Egypt, because they don't want the G7 country and the United Europe, EU, to say We want to investigation the tunnel. And everybody knows that Hamas, what they show us, they are small compared with the tunnel of Hezbollah in Lebanon and Syria, linked to Syria. They sent Hamas, the terrorist organization, by way, Mr. Secretary, Hamas leave the people of Gaza to be in peace. When Hamas take the power, they massacre all the people who refuse that Hamas takes the power in Gaza. They begin to throw them and the people from Gaza, entre deux guillemets, what do you say, Palestinian people. They throw them from the window and from the balcony. And they kill a lot of people. Egypt, don't open their mouth. You don't condemn this. And Qatar give them to live in Qatar. You cannot live how he live Khalid Mash'al, Mr. Secretary, in Qatar. You don't have the money who has in Turkey, in the banks of Turkey, and some real estate buy and see the suite. Ismail Haniyeh has with his family $3 billion. Take it from the blood. They control everything for sale for the people in Gaza. 2 million people. Do you know what is the market for 2 million people? Turkey don't frozen the money, Monsieur Erdogan. He don't froze this money. There is no one millionaire can live like Khalid Mash'al how he live in Qatar. Mr. Secretary, we people in the Fertile Crescent, we don't need no one not to speak theory for us, and we don't need help. Our money, it's clear. To give you an example, one example, they bought the French government represented by a prime minister or by the president. They bought the conscience of Sarkozy when he was president of France at the time. Who pays this money? The money of the people, Lebanese people who are stealing by Miqati brother. Who will say to him now, agent for Hezbollah, and they put him prime minister? Who Assad before put them because he steal Lebanon through them, and he's a part of this steal the public money. Say to Miqati Taha, the brother of Najib, with Najib, invest my part. So the money, Miqati, the two have the money, represent 50%. It's this amount, it's steal from Lebanon, from the public money, and buy stocks of the bank in Lebanon by the money. 50% of this money for Bashar al-Assad and his family, and 50% for Taha Najib Miqati with their family. Mr. Secretary of State of Egypt, all this, nothing for you. You come to accuse Israel, our leader in the Fertile Crescent. God, he makes this miracle for the Lebanese and Syrian people that Israel take the power in the Fertile Crescent to clean the Fertile Crescent from the terrorists and massacre the innocent civilian people from Iraq to Beirut. What I want to tell you about what they do for the Iranian people. I repeat to you, read this book. The same they do. It's in Syria, in the prison of Syria. What's going on? You want to see all the terrorists in the world, from Caligula to the Nazis in Germany. When you read this book, you say, if nothing what they do, Caligula and to this organization, the Nazis terrorists, against the civilian people. And you don't see this. You see only to condemn the attack Israel in the, but God, this God sent Israel to the area, return them to their land after 2,000 years, only to save these people. Imagine, before Israel stand up and say, is wrong this. Do you know what they massacre in Syria and Lebanon and in Iraq? The regime of Saddam Hussein in Iraq and Gaddafi in Libya and Jamal Abdel Nasser regime in Egypt is nothing compare what Assad and Hezbollah and Iran do for the Iranian people, for the Syrian people, for the Iraqi people, and for Lebanese people. But you, we know nobody talk, but you come to condemn. We hope for Masr. It will be the best economic. There, look, help the Egyptian in demography, in food, in education, in health. You don't know what's going there. You come to Lebanon, disturb yourself to condemn our leader in the Fertile Crescent, who God help us as innocent people. They return after 2,000 years to their land. Yes, Mr. Secretary, we need your conscience when you talk and to know. You never visit Assad, he massacre all the Syrian people. No one come to say it is a shame, big massacre happened. Hamas, the terrorists, make this criminal in Gaza. Now, you put Israel, we need ceasefire. For when the ceasefire? You give these terrorists time to be ceasefire? Did you see when they sell in Egypt for Israel the missile from the tunnel? So now they begin, Hezbollah, to talk. We have cities in down, and we have the missile who will throw to Israel, our leader in the Fertile Crescent, to kill the innocent civilian people, in our leader, in our state, our neighbor to the south, and our leaders, the Israeli people. Yes. Israel, as leader of the Fertile Crescent, has the authority by God and by law to protect the civilian people in Israel, in all the Fertile Crescent. You don't see this? Only you see the terrorist regime to give him compliment what he do against the innocent people. They massacre the people in Syria and Lebanon and in Iraq and in Iran. And you, Egypt, no word, because you come. I said Egypt, but the people in Egypt don't accept this. I don't want to remember you. What do you do to the people of Gaza on the barrage of Rafah? How you keep them hours and hours and hours on the sun until when they pay bakshish or pot de vin or commission to let them go to Gaza. And you come to give us education, that you are teacher, you condemn the attack against the terrorists in الضاحية الجنوبية. You don't feel ashamed for yourself when this energy put it how you can build the future in security, in food, in water, in health, in education in Egypt. You come to say Hezbollah is the leader innocent. You don't feel ashamed. You was ambassador. Do you know who is Nabih Berri? And do you know who is Taha Najib Mi'ate? With their family. Nabih Berri with his family too. Michel Aoun and his family, Sleiman Frangi, and these people who steal the country, and 50-50 between the Syrian, the family Assad, and all the officer who nomination by Hafiz al-Assad, and they steal the public money. And after there is no public money, they steal and Fuad al-Sanyura and Saad Hariri and his cousin Nader. They steal all this money. And all what do you see work in Lebanon, they are covered. From Mohammed Zaidan to the oil, to the wheat, to the cement. Ask how much the ton of the cement in Lebanon, how much in Egypt. And you see what's going on in Lebanon. Now, yes, it is a shame, not for Egypt, for us as Lebanese and our army who don't take the armament against Hezbollah. It is a shame for us. And we fight with Israel, near Israel, and support Israel. It's clear. Nobody will say this. They accuse them. They afraid they massacre them. Nobody help them. The West don't open his mouth. Mr. Secretary, you have to know the reality in front. I'm sorry first, because I teach in America broken English. But the subject to understand what I mean. Israel, as a leader of Fertile Crescent, they must use nuclear if one missile comes from any tunnel, and injure one Jewish in Israel. So would you please, it is all what I want to tell you. They steal the country, they steal everything, and you come to condemn. We condemn your coming to Lebanon. Leak for Africa. The future, they are Africa, they are water, they are good agriculture, they are everything. We ask you. We will tell you the truth that you understand. The future is not Arab. The future, it is Africa. Put your theory economic to Africa. Mr. Secretary, Israel is our leader. And the Fertile Crescent, we want to be in Israeli Commonwealth. We will never send our army to G7 country to be training or to go to EU in Europe. No. Our army will be training with the Israeli army. We want to make the country patriotic 100%. We are with our leader, Fertile Crescent, Israel as a leader in death and in life. We dead with them and we live with them. It is the patriotic has to say this. We have to stop the camouflage. We know everything. You know now, all the news, we hear it. They try to kill Mohammed bin Salman, the Prince Mohammed bin Salman. He is the crown in Saudi Arabia. Why? Because he began to build. Look all the Gulf, how it is. And now they want try to kill him. Sure, they want to kill Abdullah bin Zayed and Mohammed bin Zayed. They want to kill anyone. He make a peace. He love his people, and he spend the money in the development of the country. For that, I ask the Gulf. You are free. I give you because you are the best people who help everybody when the money, the oil come to your country. God, he give you this fortune, but you was very generous with everyone. Be careful. One after one, they want to kill you. Yeah. With you, please. I want to finish this. Non, ok, une seconde, s'il vous plaît. All time when I said they, it's mean I speak. When I speak they in terrorists, it's mean Iran and their militia in the area. When I said they, for the Saudi Arabia, they build, they take care about the people, I mean the Gulf and Israel. Yes. Mr. Secretary, I want to let you to be well culturé what I want to say to you. The regime of Iran and with the terrorist regime of Iran and Syria and with their militias, Hezbollah, or their strategy politic. خبث، كذب، احتيال، غدر، خيانة، قتل. In English, all their strategy, the terrorist regime of Iran, Syria, family Assad, and all the militia presided by Hezbollah, all the strategy politic, it is malice, lies, fraud, treachery, betrayal, and murder. Who can trust all this regime what they want, all this militia for them? Who? Only you see there the people who they are slave for them. Nabih Berri, Abdullah Abu Habib, Najib Miati. Secretary of State nomination. He is not competent to be in this place. He was not competent to be ambassador in Washington when Amin Jmail at time president, he nomination him. Mr. Secretary, you have to know this. First, before application 1701, we want to investigation the tunnel and to close all the tunnel. Who must do this? G7 country, United Nations, and EU has to be on the field and look. If not, we want to use nuclear to protect the innocent civilian people in the Fertile Crescent. I will say to the Arab of Gulf, Saudi Arabia, United Emirates, and United Arab Emirates, and Bahrain and Oman, sign allies act, military, economic, education between you and our leaders, the state of Israel. If not, they want to kill you, like he do Assad, like he do Saddam Hussein, like he do Muammar al-Qaddafi. They kill, assassination the brain. And the people who love their country to serve their country, one after one, if they want to do it in the Gulf. The only one who can stop them is the state of Israel, our leader in the Fertile Crescent. There is no way to stop the war before. It will be, they want to do it, repeat and repeat and repeat, like she said, the prime minister of our leader, the state of Israel, Golda Meir. From where I can bring after army to protect the people. It will be army of orphans and widows. It's what do you want, Egypt, and you come? It's what do you want from these gangster bandits? When I say them, they, I mean them, they are terrorists. Israel is our leader. The only way we can make a country, a Fertile Crescent plus the Gulf. Who can make agriculture in the desert? Only Israel. Israel can make Sinai agriculture, feed, not only the Sudan, Egypt. Who can do it except the Israeli, the Jewish people? Mr. Secretary, the date, you know the date is a good for the body. Who implantation make agriculture in Saudi Arabia and the Gulf? The trees. Who? The Jewish. They began 2,647 years ago. They agriculture in the desert because they was in Saudi Arabia. The Jewish people, they were in Yemen. They were every place. They bring everything. Mr. Sasson, the first government by the king, by Nouri Said and the king Faisal of Iraq. He is a Jewish. It was the best economic in the earth. From where Iraq he takes the date to eat? In the desert, Al-Basra, all this area. Who? The Jewish people. The Jewish people, they sacrifice by this war to save all the innocent civilian people and to not let them invasion. They try by the Houthi invasion Saudi Arabia, and they want invasion to United Arab Emirates. And who? deal with them, the Iranian regimes, the terrorists. You pay money, anything. Do you think that Qatar can put the Brotherhood Muslim, especially Hamas, the terrorist, in Qatar if don't they take the light green from the terrorist regime of Iran? You talk to who, Mr. Secretary? I tell you everything to see. Before you leave, Mr. Secretary, salute to our neighbor to the south and our leader in the Fertile Crescent, the Israeli people. You are our leader. We love you and we respect you, and we will tell you thank you for all what do you sacrifice, especially your army, to protect the innocent civilian people in the Fertile Crescent and in the Gulf. Mr. Secretary, now there is no League Arab. They are Arab Africa, Arab of the Gulf, because they are near the Fertile Crescent, Arab of the South, and Arab of the North is the Fertile Crescent, Arab of the water, and Arab of the oil. We want to build the future together by peace, no hand. Everybody has a religion, the religion in the heart, not in the street, in the public. Hezbollah, they put God in their organization, terrorist, gangster bandits. God. I'm surprised that they look, Hassan Nasrallah, what he put in his head, it was white. He is not from Ahl al-Bayt. He don't come from Imam Ali bin Abi Talib. Because who believe in Ali bin Abi Talib, Imamuna, wa Imam al-Arab, wa Imam al-Muslimin. He don't do what he do in Syria and Lebanon, in Iraq, in Yemen. They training the people in armament to use people. Go dead. It's what do you want? Do you think, Mr. Secretary, you are Egyptian? Do you think this attack every day against Egypt, against Saudi Arabia, against United Arab Emirates, from Qatar, like this, and they attack you every day? No. It's teleguidé by Iran. It is the truth. Thank you very much, Mr. Secretary. We need you to put all your energy for the Egyptian people. الدنيا مصر. And you return by your energy to make again and again and again. الدنيا مصر. Let us to fix ourselves. You have to speak when you are in any tribune international. Say we need to see the tunnel. Destroy the tunnel. Not implication 1701 to cover the tunnel. Thank you.